Hello, good morning. Just for doing well today. Thank you for taking the decision to click the link that brought you to this video. Okay, so today I want to talk about cooking oils. What type of oils should you cook with? What type of oils should you run far from? And the reason why I picked this today is because there's hardly anything we eat today that doesn't have oil in it. And unfortunately for us, a lot of the oils that are generally used today are toxic and end up causing a lot of damage to the human body without our knowledge. So a lot of diseases and sicknesses that you see today, if you check, if you take your time to do your research, you realize that there are side effects of some of these cooking oils, and it's really bad, right? And unfortunately most people don't even know. That's the worst part of it. So without wasting my time, the first one that I would recommend, so you need to understand what like we've said on this channel a couple of times, nature takes care of itself by itself. So that means you should feed your body with things that come in their most natural form. You should nurture your body with things that come in their most natural form. And so if you're talking about oil, there are fruits that have oil. There's also animal fat, right? So this is based on my preference. It's not a medical advice, so please use the information as you desire. I would say olive oil. Why? Because olive oil comes from the olive fruit, and the olive fruit, it's oil, right? So you can easily extract oil from it, and the way it's done, it's well processed, and it has nothing else added to it. It has no additives. Right, there's nothing else that needs to be added to it to keep it in the form that it is. It's just oil and it's natural. So what you just need to take note of is ensure that you are buying original extra virgin olive oil. One of the markers, whatever olive oil you are buying, it usually has a tiny or slightly bitter taste. Secondly, it's usually stored in bottles, breakable bottles and dark bottles. Maybe you might find some in plastic bottle, but the bottle will be dark. The reason why it's dark is to repel sunlight, which will typically affect the oil content of the oil. So it's usually in dark bottles. Please go with that. It's expensive. It's expensive actually, but like I would always say, if you consider the other side, sickness is more expensive. So the second one, and this is based on what I use, so I'm just sharing my personal experiences with you. Second one will be palm oil, right? So if you are Yoruba or if you are Nigerian, we would mostly, that we mostly cook our soups with palm oil. But I'd like to let you know that you can cook your stew with palm oil. What you have is a delicious outcome. Try it. Just trust me and try it. My cooking game changed when I started cooking with palm oil, cooking my stew with palm oil. So your fish stew, chicken stew, beef stew, whatever, just use palm oil. Palm oil is very nutritious. It has its own plenty benefits. It doesn't it doesn't become toxic under high temperature, unlike most of the other oils that people use. And then of course there is coconut oil. We all know coconut oil comes from the coconut fruit, and it's also usually very expensive, so but it's good for you. One other one that I use regularly is groundnut oil, original groundnut oil. Now the groundnut oil I'm talking about is the one that is processed out of kulikuli. If you know kulikuli, right, you know that the process of making kulikuli, oil is extracted from the peanuts. As a matter of fact, when I was growing up, my mom used to make kulikuli for us, and we used to join her in the process, right? You know, we roll it together and we extract oil from it. So I've always known about ororo kuli kuli, like I call it, or like it's called in the market. So that's that oil. Then of course there are there is the animal fat also. Animal fat is good. Animal fat is good, contrary to what you may have thought before. Now that's ora. So beef tallow, what's it called now? There is also lard. Lard is one from pig. I don't use that. Maybe because it's not, I don't have it at my disposal, but I get beef fat, that's beef tallow, easily, so I use that. The only snag to that is this is my personal preference, right? Yes, it's very good. As a matter of fact, when you cook with it, you know, the taste and the smell of beef comes out strongly with it. But you know, the fact that if I cook my stew and then it's now you know, solidified at the top because of the oil. So what I do, I mix it with my olive oil so that doesn't make it hard. So you can try that if it works for you. Then I think that's just all I want. Okay, then of course there's butter, right? Original butter, not the one that you are buying in the market that they are selling for 3,000 now or something. Not that one, no. Not that one that people used to bake cake, no. Original butter. The last I bought a very small quantity, I don't know how to describe it, less than the size of your phone. It was around 4,500 or so, and that was probably last year or so. So now I can imagine that it's more expensive. That butter is good because it's from animal fat, it's from milk, right? And it's good for your body. And so now I want to talk about the oils that you are used to. That's the one you should run far away from. Those are generally also known as seed oils, right? Some people call them vegetable oils. It's because they are made out of seeds. But now I just want to pick your brain a bit, right? They say there is corn oil. I don't know how many of you eat corn. We're in the season of corn right now. I eat corn regularly, but I've never seen oil in corn. I don't know, maybe you have. If you have, you can please drop a comment for me and let me know. And that's typical of every other seed oil. So think about it. Where is that oil actually coming from, right? I really don't know the full details of the process, but I know that those things have to go through very, you know, rigorous processing, and that processing usually introduces a lot of toxins into the final product. I mean, well, unfortunately for us, that's what we've been used to all these years. And so for me, I try my best to make sure that I eat what I eat what I eat is what I cook by myself, to avoid most of these oils, because you can't buy food outside except if that person is also logged on to healthy living, right? You hardly find people that cook with the healthy type of oils. So please take note of this. It's very important because, like I said, if you don't know, and you don't know that you don't know, it's a problem, because you won't be able to take the decisions that you are meant to take that will give you the results that you want. So this morning I'm on my morning walk, 5 kilometers, and I mean, this is part of the formula. Remember what I spoke about, I think, on my last video, right? So very, very important. Please watch that oil and make sure you're eating, you're not using your money to buy poison. All right, so thank you very much for watching. Like I said, I try to keep these videos under 10 minutes so that you don't get bored and so that you can keep coming back. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share your comments, share this video, and of course subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you. Until we see you again next time. Bye.